also Bleacher Report host and Eagles fan. Adam is hosting NBA on TNT tonight. Suns Nets 7:30 Eastern, followed by Thunder Lakers 10 Eastern. The doubleheader is on TNT. Always good to see Adam joining us on the program. As an NBA fan, what does LeBron breaking the all-time scoring record mean to you?
It means that I'm going to have Shaq lean over and go, hey, now that he's past Kareem, is he number one all time? I think it's another feather in the cap, another accomplishment of the is LeBron the greatest player of all time discussion. I think for me, I went back and I was reading Howard Beck's article about the night in which Kareem broke it. And Chick Hearn said, no one will ever beat this. You have to be healthy for 15 years in a row. You can't miss a game. It's never going to happen. And that's how I feel about LeBron's record right now. Kareem went on to score, I think, like 7,000 more points once he broke Wilt's record. So you know LeBron's going to add just as much. It feels like an unbeatable record, but I could imagine somebody like one of these young kids sleeping in like a hyperbaric chamber for his entire career, never eating a tomato, and then playing 30 years. So it feels like an unbreakable record. It feels like a just coronation. Everyone will be there. And I hope we get to see history tonight. But if Ernie and those guys are on the call Thursday, I'll be just as excited.
But it feels like that we have two different lanes on the highway when we talk about greatness in basketball. There's the career versus the player. LeBron, greatest career. Michael, greatest player. Does that seem like that's how we kind of break? I know Bill Russell, but Bill Russell's in a different category there, greatest team player in sports history.
Yeah.
But it feels like we look at it, greatest player, Michael Jordan. Greatest career, LeBron James. Can you have both?
I agree with you. I've become so frustrated with the conversation because it always feels like you're diminishing one person's accomplishments. On the other side of that, I really like the way that you set that up. And I also think that people, their facial reactions show what they care about when they discuss those two players. When they discuss LeBron, it's this. And they bring up numbers, most assists, points, and it's like that. With Michael Jordan, they shake their head, and it's almost like this guy killed people. Like this guy was a monster. Like it's a boogeyman. And with LeBron, it's look at all the information. With Jordan, it's so visceral.
And I'm wondering, I keep saying this, that the prop bet I want is that he breaks the record with a sky hook. But I haven't seen the prop bet. That's on the other. You can bet 2-point field goal, 3-point, or free throw. And I would like to bet a sky hook by LeBron. You want those?
On one of the sports books, because I am a degenerate gambler, there was a layup, dunk, jump shot, or other.
Yeah.
And I would pound other. Now, my question for you, Dan, is, let's say let's say it happens tonight, right? Let's say he's at 34, which means we're late in the game. And let's say it's close with the Thunder on TNT. And he goes baseline, just like Kareem did at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. And he loads up and he puts up the hook and he misses it. Can he go back to the hook shot again?
No.
Or
no.
Okay.
No, it's a one and done. You pay tribute to Kareem. Okay, who does he thank first? After the game or the moment when they stop the game?
If I was a sports book, I would put God at the best favorite. I would say I would have thanked God.
Okay.
And then you think he'd do Kareem second, or you think he'd do his mom, Gloria?
I would hope that he would acknowledge Kareem. Now, I don't know if people would go
thank himself.
Well, Carmelo did that at the ESPYs. He thanked himself for being great, but I mean, LeBron might go JC, but then, do you do Kareem after that, and then you thank your family and teammates and friends, those kind of things?
I'm still fascinated at remember when Nate Robinson had to do a dunk 17 times in the dunk contest? If like the Lakers are winning, but LeBron keeps shooting hook shots and then they lose the lead tonight, that would be incredible.
Your reaction, who got the better end of the Kyrie Mavs deal with the Nets?
I think when you look at they usually say whoever gets the best player wins the deal. As someone that was watching the Ben Simmons deal to James Harden, I remember being flabbergasted watching the media talk about how the Nets got Ben Simmons and how he's not a team cancer like James Harden was. And we saw what happened there. The fact that the Nets got value back for Kyrie Irving when he has seemingly been so unreliable for so many different franchises in the middle of the year when he demanded a trade and they got it done within days to get back a really good defender in Dorian Finney-Smith, a fourth best player on a good team in Spencer Dinwiddie, a future first-round pick unprotected. There are some guys where I go, who's going to take a flyer on this guy? Like, who's really going to give up assets? And they found a team. So I think Kyrie and Luka is going to be a fun to watch. You know, I remember coming on your show when the Nets beat the Celtics and they were putting up 140 points a game in that playoff series. And you and I talked about how, is this the greatest offense we've ever seen? It's going to be fun to watch. I don't think it's sustainable. I wouldn't bet on it. And so with all that being said, it all comes down to whether they keep Kevin Durant.
Well, you know, you're starting to hear, does KD want out now? And is Boston back in the picture that, you know, maybe you bring in Jaylen Brown and you start to rebuild this franchise? And Joe Tsai, the owner of the Nets, says, let me just be done with it. The experiment didn't work.
Yeah, that's fine. But do you really think that the 38-16 first place Boston Celtics are like, you know what we need to do? Blow it up.
Well, you're not blowing it up, but if you can get Kevin Durant and you can have him with Jason Tatum, you can try to, you know, you're going to trade. Jaylen Brown's not going to be with them. Like, he's not going to sign his extension. It feels like he's going to want get out to be his own team, have his own team.
Mm. You think so?
Yeah, I get that.
Is that like a rumor?
No, I don't know. It's just.
Did you just make that up?
Probably so. I get the feeling.
Jaylen Brown doesn't want to be there?
No. I'm not saying that. Question mark? No. I just wonder, does Jaylen Brown want to have his own team? And I'm going to guess after a while, you know, you're going to want your own team. But if I could get Kevin Durant.
Dan, all we ever hear is you can't win with just one star. You got to find a way to get two together. And now suddenly Jaylen's like, I think I want to go about this on my own.
You're getting Kevin Durant.
No
Kevin
way.
Durant is the other star. You're getting that other star.
I think one thing that is really showcasing.
And by the way, I don't know if
NBA
Durant wants out. I don't know, but I got to believe that he's, you know, got to think about that.
I totally agree.
Okay.
I just want there to be I need a new media organization. Maybe it's like a Dan Patrick, like part of your network. I want somebody to track all of these inside reporters with all their scoops. And I want to start figuring out who is getting info from who.
Yeah.
Because what happens is we're the ones that get played. The hosts.
Yes.
Because we're up there and we're going a lot of rumors right now about Jaylen Brown maybe going to the Nets. And then we look dumb because the Nets are leaking information about Jaylen Brown to lift up the trade value. I'm seeing Russell Westbrook to Utah. I need someone to figure out who knows who. Because we're all getting played right now, and I can't take it anymore.
I agree. But you know what it is? This is what the new media is. It's wishful reporting. And you know, you don't have to have any accountability. Once it didn't happen, well, you know, I was hearing, but it didn't happen. If you said, hey, if you miss on this, it cost you $10,000. Your employee's taking away $10,000. Like if we do a tote board where we say, all right, how many did you get? Like Shefty got 9 in a row. All right, you get $90,000. You whiff on one, it's going to cost you. So you have a big tote board with insiders, so-called insiders.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that. We remember the big misses, you know, when people report things and it really doesn't go right.
Yeah.
I remember a few years ago when Antonio Brown was going to the Buffalo Bills for all of like one night. That was fun. But no, incentivize the actions you want to see. And look, the rumors are fun, but it also is crippling and there's so much going on. I do think it's fascinating that the NFL has tried to steal everything that the NBA does well this year. Everything. They put a game on Martin Luther King Day. They put games on Christmas Day, which was like an NBA thing. And now, in the most important week of the NFL season, the lead up to the Super Bowl, media week, LeBron is going to pass Kareem, and the trade deadline's on Thursday. And you know, all those NFL players are being asked about LeBron. I just think it's sweet, sweet vengeance for the NBA this week.
He's Adam Lefkoe, NBA on TNT, and he'll be on call tonight, double duty. Suns at the Nets, and followed by the Thunder and the Lakers. Any other rumors that you're hearing out there before? Are the Lakers going to do anything before the trade deadline, Adam?
The Tim McMahon report that I saw about sending Westbrook and the 2 first-round picks possibly to Utah for Conley and Beasley. I think what's interesting from the Lakers' perspective, I heard Windhorst talking about it, is they can make a move this year. But if you trade Westbrook, you lose all of that salary cap that's going to become available. And so the question is do you think this Lakers team in a wide open West, where we just learned that Stephen Curry is going to be out for a month, do you think that this is the year to go for it? Or do you let Westbrook walk in free agency, you get all that money back, and then you go after Kyrie? It reminds me of the Carmelo situation with the Knicks and when the Heatles combined, where because Carmelo forced the trade, he prevented himself from joining those guys in New York. So the question is, do the Lakers go for it this year, or do they have some patience?
Well, I think they tried to go for it. And to be honest, if they could have made that move with Kyrie and not moved Westbrook, if you have Anthony Davis, LeBron, Westbrook, and Kyrie, you got everybody's attention there. And I think they were trying to go for it there. And I didn't know if they would, because it felt like they were saying to LeBron, well, you got us in this mess. You get us out of this mess. And he didn't get Kyrie to go there. But I think if you could have kept those 4 together, now you got there. That's a matchup that'll be hell come playoff time. But I don't know if they do anything. Plus, the most amazing thing you just mentioned, that Mike Conley is still playing basketball.
Incredible.
Is he like 40?
He's up there. And I'll tell you what, if you watch him on a nightly basis, he looks it sometimes. He does. But he's got that veteran poise, that veteran presence.
Of course, that's what you need come playoff time. How old is Mike Conley?
I got Mike Conley Jr. at 35 years old.
Oh, okay. Well, how old's Mike Conley Sr.? Maybe that's who I've been watching.
80.
Okay. How nervous are you?
Phenomenal dunker, Mike Conley Sr. Phenomenal.
Well, he was a triple jumper. Yeah, Olympic triple jumper, I believe. The Eagle fan in you, how nervous are you with this matchup coming up on Sunday?
So I'm flying out. I'm doing reverse media. You all leave before the game and you get home in your warm beds. I'm flying out there for the game. I just bought tickets off of an unnamed Philadelphia Eagles player. So I'm hoping they're good. I'm also hoping he didn't scam me, because that would really ruin the Super Bowl for me. Heading out there. This is very weird. I actually think the city of Philadelphia right now, I'm a little bit nervous. I was there in 2017, 2018, and there was the sheer nerves of, what if we lose again? Our entire lives, all we've done is lose. And there was fear. And we were going up against Brady. I'm sensing a little bit of confidence right now. Like, we're favorites in this game. And that is really frightening me. I will say, from a personal perspective, a little bit of a humble brag, but also it's just the truth. I'm really good friends with Kelsey and Mahomes. And Andy Reid was our coach. If we were to lose to anybody, I'm glad that it bolsters up their greatness and their Hall of Fame resumes, but I really don't want to hear it from them. I do not need to hear, oh, but remember that time I beat you in the Super Bowl? I'll have to live with that the rest of my life, Dan.
How about the name dropping by Adam Lefkoe there?
Legendary.
Wow.
First class.
Pretty good. Yeah. Man. Did I tell you that I handed out the Super Bowl trophy to the Eagles at the time? Did you? I was up on the podium.
Was that when televisions were in black and white?
Yeah, I was there. I was there with Nick Foles,
when they won. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I looked up.
Douglas Peterson, I was up there with him. Kevin Hart trying to Google it. Or when Brady won, or when Eli won, or when Ben, I'm just dropping some names.
Can I ask you a piece of advice?
You just did.
So If LeBron passes Kareem tonight,
Yes.
are you one of those broadcasters that
Uh-oh.
you have a line in the chamber that you want to hit to honor a big moment, or do you just let it flow?
I'd let it flow. So are you saying that if I was doing play-by-play or you as a studio host tonight?
Let me do one better. I believe that I'm going to be doing the awards for like the dunk contest this year.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've never given out an award ever.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm going to be on the PA or whatever. What is the key to that? Because I want to say something clever, but I also want to get out of the way.
I would be careful about doing that because people don't remember that you do it. They only remember when you screw it up. So that's all. You know, I handed out the trophy, 5 times? Well, nobody mentions that I did it because I didn't make mistakes when I was up there. It was just get on and, commissioner, head coach, MVP, quarterback, and maybe somebody else, and then you throw it back up. Make sure that you have, the sound is correct because you don't want to hear your echo, and then all of a sudden you're a mess. What, Paulie?
Or the Danettes think, Adam, make it all about you and do like 2 or 3 minutes before you give the award out.
No,
It's your stage, big guy.
No. Don't listen to those guys. Don't listen to them. Be clean, be crisp, but your personality will come through. Okay?
Aaron Gordon, truly an incredible dunk. It reminds me of my performance at my bar mitzvah at Shirami Synagogue back when I was 13 years old.
Nice.
One second, Aaron. I delivered the Avia Hafta.
That is going to go over really well. Yeah. You have some people tuning out because of that, but, go get them.
You're absolutely right, though, Dan. It's like broadcasters are a little bit like offensive linemen. If people are talking about us, it really means we messed up.
Here's my advice to you as I say goodbye. Take the L'Chaim road, and I don't think you can go wrong, okay?
Beautiful. To life.
Good Yontif, much naches, and good luck to your Eagles.
You really knew that? You mensch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out that Dan Patrick changed his name from like Dan Goldstein back in the day, and this is going to blow my mind.
I am 1% Jewish. And maybe I rounded up, but I'm 1%. According to 23andMe, I am a little over 1%. And I'm going to use it in any place I can.
Religion?
Huh? Well, it's the part of the country where I have relatives. Boca Raton.
Amazing.
Thank you, Adam.
Enjoy your time out there, guys.
Have fun tonight.
See you,
Adam
fellas.
Lefkoe. That's NBA on TNT tonight. Doubleheader Suns Nets, 7:30 Eastern, followed by Thunder Lakers, 10 Eastern. The doubleheader on TNT.